Welcome back. In today's class, we will learn about a very important concept of practical life, which is profit and loss. In mathematics, when we talk about profit and loss, that is materialistic profit and loss, and that we generally measure in terms of money in different currencies. So let's get started. First, we will learn about cost price. Suppose we are manufacturing or making an article or product that could be anything, that could be a ball, that could be a bat, that could be a doll, that could be a car. And definitely when we are manufacturing that, it will require some ingredients or components to make or manufacture that, and definitely all those components will have some cost. So altogether, when we will be manufacturing an article, it will have some cost. Or maybe when we are purchasing an item or an article and further we want to sell that, so when we are purchasing, that also will cost something. So when we are purchasing or when we are making an article or a product, that price is referred as cost price, and in short we refer that as CP. So we have to remember that CP stands for cost price. In future we may refer cost price by CP only. Now suppose after purchasing we want to sell that product, or after manufacturing we want to sell that product, and we need to carry that product to the selling point or selling place. That means during transportation also there will be some cost which will be associated with that product. So we have to consider that cost as well. And also in different state or different country, they have their own rules of taxes that are implemented mostly. So if any tax is implemented on that product, if that, then that amount also has to be considered and that amount has to be added. And also while transportation or maybe while loading, uploading that product, if it is a big product, then we need more number of labor. Even if it is a small product, we also need labor. So there will be another type of cost which will be associated with that product or article. So all these prices or all these expenses, they have to be considered and they have to be added with the product. And these costs, these expenses like taxes, transportation, labor, they are altogether referred as overhead expenses. And when we add these overhead expenses with the cost price, then the cost price increases. So when if we have any of these overhead expenses, that has to be added, that has to be considered, and the net or effective cost price of that item or product changes or increases. So now by cost price we understand the effective cost price. So effective cost price is what? Effective cost price is the cost price, the amount that we spend while purchasing or while manufacturing that product, and in addition to that the overhead expenses that we also spend on that product. So summation of all these expenses, the cost price, CP, and all these overhead expenses, that gives us the effective cost price. So this is about cost price. Next we will learn another important price which we refer as selling price. So we understand what selling is. So whenever a product is sold, maybe after purchasing or maybe after manufacturing, the price that is associated or the amount that is paid while selling, that amount or that price is referred as selling price. So it's simple. And selling price we in short refer by SP. So henceforth by SP we will understand selling price. So we have two prices, cost price and selling price, CP and SP. And in case of cost price, if we have any overhead expense, that has to be added with the cost price, and that becomes effective cost price. Now while selling, we may have two types of scenarios. When we are selling a product, the price of that product may be less than the price that we spent while purchasing or manufacturing the product, and also the overhead expenses. Or the second scenario could be when we are selling that product, the price of the product may be more than the cost price. So based on these two scenarios, we may experience profit or loss associated with that product. Next, we will learn about that profit and loss. So what is profit? We all understand what is profit. We are gaining something. So when we will gain means here in terms of money. So when we are selling a product, if that cost of that product or price of that product is more than the cost price, means the price or the money that we spend while purchasing the same product or while manufacturing the same product, then we will experience profit. That means in case of profit, the selling price has to be more than cost price or maybe effective cost price. So this is an important criteria that we have to remember. So what will be profit then? Since selling price is more than cost price, so it has to be the difference of selling price and cost price. That means we will subtract the cost price from selling price, and that amount will be our profit. Now if we take cost price on the other side, means on the left side, then on the right hand side we will have only SP, selling price, and on the left hand side we will have CP plus profit. So we can say selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. And on the other hand, we can also say that cost price will be equal to selling price minus profit. So these two are also important relationship in case of profit, and that we derived from this relation only. So if we remember this, then that will be sufficient. We can derive these two relations also. But whatever, till now, this profit, this selling price, this cost price, all were in terms of total money in different currencies. Now there is another concept which is called profit percentage. So profit here, by profit we understand how much total profit in terms of money in different currencies that we have gained. Next we will see the profit percentage, and profit percentage is calculated with respect to cost price. So suppose if the cost price of a product or of an item is Y, and if the total profit of the same product is X, what we have to do is we have to find how much is the profit with respect to 100 units, or say 100 rupees if the currency is rupees. So when the cost price is Y, then the profit is X. When the cost price is 1, then the profit will be how much? It will be X divided by 1. And when the cost price is 100, this is cost price CP. So how much will be the profit? It will be X multiplied by 100 divided by 1. That means we can say the profit percentage is profit, total profit in terms of money, which is X that we have represented, divided by CP, that is the total cost price or maybe the effective cost price of that product that we have represented by Y, multiplied by 100. Now here the selling price and cost price we have represented in terms of profit, and that is total profit in terms of money. But the same selling price and cost price, if we want to represent in terms of profit percentage, that also we can do. And for that we have to replace profit by profit percentage. So what is the relationship? Then profit will be equal to profit percentage multiplied by CP, cost price, divided by 100. So in both this relationship, we will replace profit by this relations. So we can write SP, selling price, is equal to cost price plus profit. And we can also say cost price plus profit. Profit means CP multiplied by profit percentage divided by 100. So in place of profit, we can write CP multiplied by profit percentage divided by 100. So here in both the terms, we can see the CP is common. So we can use that as common factor. So it will be inside the bracket, it will be 1 plus, then it will be profit percentage by 100. That means we can further say that it will be 100 plus profit percentage divided by 100 and then multiplied by CP. So that's about selling price in terms of cost price and profit percentage. Now we had another relationship where we expressed cost price in terms of selling price minus profit. So there also profit can be replaced by profit percentage by this relationship. So cost price is equal to selling price minus profit, and in place of profit, if we use this relationship where we have the profit percentage, and then if we simplify then we will be getting a relationship in terms of profit percentage. And again, from the relationship that we have already derived here, from here also, if we keep cost price at one side and if we take the other factor on the other side, then also we'll be getting the same result. So if we derive from this relationship, what we can see here, cost price will be equal to then the selling price multiplied by 100, and then in the denominator we will have 100 plus profit percentage. So this relationship is of SP, selling price, in terms of CP, means cost price and profit percentage, and this relationship is of CP, means cost price, in terms of selling price and profit percentage. So we can remember these two relationships. These two are important, but even if we forget, we can easily derive from the basic relationship that we have learned here. Now there is another scenario, which is loss. Now suppose the product that we are selling, if the amount is less than the price which we have already spent while purchasing the same product or while manufacturing that, then definitely we will be losing some money, and that is loss. So loss is what? Loss is the difference of cost price and selling price. So in this case, cost price will be more than the selling price, and in case of profit, the scenario was opposite. There, selling price was more than cost price. So if cost price is more, then the loss will be cost price minus selling price. So this is an important relationship in case of loss that we have to remember. Now again, this CP and SP can be represented in terms of loss. So if we take SP on the left side and if we take loss on the right side, then it will be selling price will be equal to CP minus loss. And if we want to represent CP's cost price in terms of loss, then it will be, we have to take selling price on the other side and we have to keep the loss at we have on the left side. So it will be CP will be equal to SP plus loss. Definitely, since cost price is more, so whatever amount we are losing, if we add with that the amount at which we have sold that product, then that will be equal to the amount that we have spent while purchasing or manufacturing that product. Now here everything, the selling price, cost price and loss, all are in terms of money, and that is the total amount. Here also we have a concept called loss percentage, like profit percentage, and here also the loss percentage will be represented with respect to the cost price, and that will be with respect to 100 units or 100, say, rupees if the currency is rupees. So suppose if the cost price is Y, and for that if the loss is X, then if the cost price is 1, then the loss will be X divided by Y, and if the cost price is 100, then the loss will be X multiplied by 100 divided by Y. So this is the loss percentage, and that we can say that loss percentage will be total loss, that we have represented by X multiplied by 100 divided by total cost price. So that's what has been written here, loss multiplied by 100 divided by cost price. So this is the loss percentage in terms of total loss. Now if we want to represent total loss in terms of loss percentage, then definitely it will be loss percentage multiplied by cost price divided by 100, and that's what we have written here. And now if we want to represent selling price and cost price in terms of loss percentage, then we have to replace loss by this relationship. So we can write this way, that selling price is less than cost price. So selling price will be cost price minus loss. And what is loss in terms of loss percentage? That we have seen here, cost price multiplied by loss percentage divided by 100. So it will be CP, cost price, multiplied by loss percentage divided by 100. Now in both the terms we have CP in common, so we can proceed accordingly. So it will be 1 minus loss percentage divided by 100, or we can say it will be CP multiplied by 100 minus loss percentage divided by 100. So this is SP in terms of CP and loss percentage. And here we had another relationship where CP was represented by SP and total loss. So again we can say this way that CP is equal to selling price SP plus loss. So what we can do is to represent CP in terms of loss percentage, we can again use the relationship between loss and loss percentage. Or the second way is we can, from this relationship, we can keep CP on the right side of this relationship, and we can take everything else on the left side. So if we do that, then it will be CP will be equal to SP multiplied by 100 divided by 100 minus loss percentage. So this is another relationship that we have to remember. So this is one relationship where we have represented selling price in terms of cost price and loss percentage. And this is another relationship where we have represented cost price in terms of selling price and loss percentage. In today's class, we have only learned the concept of profit and loss. In the following classes, we will be solving a few important exercises. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.